Good afternoon, students. Today we will continue our chapter 3, that is log on to access. In our previous class we have talked about how you can add different data types to a field, okay, and I have told you the various data types that are in MS Access, okay. So you can add your data type by, see, we are in, first we will go to design view, okay. You can see here it is written view and there are various view, and we will go to design view, okay. See, here it is written field name and data type. You can change the data type according to yourself, okay, and select it. And there are its fields property too, where you can see the various things of a particular data type, okay. When I change the data type, the field property also change, okay. So here I have made two tables, okay, that I will show you. Fine. See, I have entered the whole data in table 1 and table 2, where you can see that, okay. I have written name, father's name, mobile number, address, city, pin code, date of birth, okay, in one table. And in another table I have written occupations and mother's name, okay. Both of them have a same or similar ID, that we can say it is primary key. If I want to know the mother's name of a particular child, then I have to check on the table 2, okay. We don't have to write all the things in one table only, but whenever we need to know the all the details of a particular child or particular ID, we can just merge the both the tables, okay. Here in table 1 there are more than more details of a particular ID, and here only two details are there, but they are different from table 1, okay. So how you can select a particular primary key? First of all, you must know what is a primary key. So a primary key is a sort of check on table that every record in the table is unique and does not contain any duplicate data, okay. A table can have only one primary key, right? So Access uses the primary key to relate the table's record to those in another table. Here this ID is the primary key, and how you can set the primary key is just go to the table, okay, and click on design view. Fine. Click on design view. See, there are various view. Click on design view, and here you can see small key is there, and in the ribbon of tool, in the tools group, you can see one primary key is given and it is selected. If you want to make this ID as primary key, so you can make just click on that primary key option, and if you want another thing to be or name to be a primary key, you can go and select that particular name and make it as primary key, okay. See, now this key button is shifted as I have made name field as a primary key, Okay, you can make anything, any field as its primary key. Okay, and it will help only when you are merging two or more records. Okay, we can also remove a primary key. It is not necessary that we have to make one primary key always. We can remove this primary key by just deselecting. Okay, and that selection will see, previously it was selected and it was in yellow, and when I will remove this as primary key, it is gone. Okay, next is entering data in a table. For that we will just go to data sheet view. Okay, see, I have entered few things: name, father's name, mobile number, address, city, pin code, and date of birth. See, ID is automatic number. Okay, so you don't have to write anything in that. So I am just entering how you can enter data. For example, I am writing any name. ठीक है, Alok I have written. Fine. So, and next is father's name. Okay, I have written name, and I have written phone number. I have written address. I have written pin code, and next is date of birth. See, here date of birth I have mentioned the data type as calendar or date or time. Okay, so this calendar will appear and you can select any date from here. Okay, and you can also type it as well. It's according to your wish. Okay, you want it to select from the calendar, you can select it from there, or you can just type it, okay, in this particular format only. Fine. Now I will tell you how you can insert a record. Okay, and it is row only. Fine. First of all, you have to go to design view. Okay, then this will appear, and you have to place the cursor in the row above which you need to add a new row. Okay, so I want it above that, so I have put cursor here, and from this option tools group you can click on insert row. See, one more row is appeared, and where you can enter any name. Okay, and its data type. Fine. And if you want to delete the row, what you will do, you will just click on that particular row you want to delete or record. Okay, and you can just go to the tools group, and here you find a delete rows option, and click on that. This is how you can insert or delete a row. Fine. So these things you have understood in this chapter. So now I will tell you how you can save a database. Okay, you have various options. You can just go to file menu and just click on save. Okay, or you can go to quick access toolbar. Here you can see a floppy disk type thing, and you can click on that and the file will save. Fine. And you can also name your table. Okay, if you want to name your table, you can change it as well. Fine. So here I have named the table as table 1, table 2 and table 3. And if I want to rename these table, what we have to do is we have to close this database. Okay, see here it is written save object as, save database as. Okay, you can, if you want to save it as it is, then you can click on save database as. And to rename that table, what you have to do, you have to close the database. Okay, fine. After closing the database, what you have to do to rename it is, because when you are working on a database, the table name will not rename. So what you have to do is just close the database, and after closing that database, go to file option and click on that particular database and go to table and right click on that, and you will find a rename option, and you can rename it. Okay, you can rename all the tables which you want. Fine. And after that you can save it. Okay, so your database table name are changed. Fine. So after that, after you have saved the database, close the database and rename the tables, last step is to close the MS Access. Okay, so you can just click on the cross button, okay, close button, and it will close. If you have not saved the database, then one dialog box will appear that ask you to save the file or not. Okay, so this is how this chapter ends. I hope you understand how you can deal with MS Access 2010. Okay.